Hey, good Saturday morning. Dave Coleman here for another fantabulous edition of Dynamic Power Picks. You know, the show that we pick the games for fun. We don't put money on it. In fact, we don't even gamble. Well, I do gamble. I go to the casino every now and then. But I do this for fun, and you should be doing the same. Don't bet the rent. Don't bet the house note. Don't bet the car note. Don't bet the baby stroller, the bike, you know, the G.I. Joe, the Christmas gift. None of that stuff. It ain't worth it. I'm simply doing this for fun. I hope you will as well, okay? Hey, we had a fantastic week. We'll talk about all of that and more right after you hear from our sponsors. Hey, friends. David W. Coleman here for Coleman's Dynamic Products and ribrub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com. It's where you'll find the best dry marinade for baking, grilling, and smoking your favorite meats and vegetables. We're gearing up for a very busy season, so I want you to make sure you take advantage of the great sale we've got going on right now. It's the Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box. It comes in 3 great flavors: hot and spicy, original, or scorching, or a 4th combination box. What is a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box? Well, I'm glad you asked. You get 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Rub, 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Nuts, a bag of Coleman's Dynamic Fry Dust, and of course, you get a bottle of rib juice, pepper juice, and rib dust. You can't beat that. Order a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box today and get a digital copy of the Coleman's Dynamic Recipe Book. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to place that order for Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box before the holiday rush. And remember, bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah, at ribrub.com. Welcome back to Dynamic Power Picks, where we pick the games every week. You know, we're not having a bad year, okay? We are 7 games above 500, okay? We're 57, well, no, we're not 7 games. We're 9 games above 500 as of last week. We were 6-4. We didn't do too well in the pros. Some of them guys let me down, but let's put it this way, we did quite good. We would, we did okay in college. 4-1, and then we were 3-4 in college. I mean, in the pros, it was terrible. It was just terrible. But that brings our grand total to 57-48. So we're still above 500. If for some strange reason that I was putting my hard-earned cash, I'd be a little up right now. We're in the money, but we ain't in the money because I ain't betting my money. We doing this for fun. Now let me tell you what you win if you beat me. Very simple. Make sure you go out and post your picks prior to the first game on the list that I'm going to give you. Post them to the Weekly Sports Magazine wall. If you beat me, I'll send you a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box. And by the way, holiday season is here. Would be a great thing to give somebody you love. I'm just saying, all right? We pick against the spread. We ain't picking winners. We're picking against the spread. Whatever spread that I post at the time of game, that's the spread we're going by. I know they go up and down all around. All right, so whatever spread that's posted, that's the spread that we're dealing with. Okay, y'all understand all of that? It's very simple. All right, let's get serious because we need to win. Well, y'all need to win some money if you're using my picks. All right, so this week we do 10 games, 5 college, 5 pros, and we're going to start off with college. There's some interesting games going on as we get into the college football playoffs. We're headed in that direction. We'll talk about that another time. But let's go ahead. Starting with college, Louisville faces Clemson. Is Dabo Swinney on the way out? He's been on the way out for the last 2-3 years. I mean, Look, until he gets with the program, Clemson's gonna struggle. Louisville is riding high, 7-2. They looking good. They are a 1.5-point favorite. I believe they're at home. So I'm gonna take the Louisville Cardinals. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Second game that I want to look at. South Carolina travels to Texas A&M. Early on in the season, I thought South Carolina was going to be pretty darn good, had a pretty decent quarterback. They haven't panned out the way we thought they were going to pan out. Texas A&M is riding high. Marcel Reed is the son of Coach Rod Reed, a friend of mine from Nashville, Tennessee. He went to Montgomery Bell Academy. Of course, Rod coached the Tennessee State Tigers, and been knowing this kid for a long, long time. And I don't know why he's not being mentioned in the Heisman talk. I'm just saying, because he should be. But anyway, Texas A&M, a 17.5-point favorite. I'm going with the Aggies. Yeah, this is going to be a big game. By the way, next week they play Texas, so that's always a huge rivalry. We'll get to that next week. Another game, South Florida Bulls travels to Navy, right down the street from where I am, in Annapolis, Maryland. And you know what? I'm going to go with the home team. That's Navy, the midshipmen. I'm not really sold on South Florida. Navy is a 10.5-point dog. I'm taking that 10.5. They may lose, but 10.5? Am I missing something? I'm not ready to believe South Florida is South Florida. Everybody else want to, but I don't. All right, I'm taking that. All right, Oklahoma travels to Alabama. You know, Oklahoma has been up and down. McTeer is his thumb okay. I don't know. Alabama seems to be back. Are they really back? This will be a good test for them. Oklahoma is not a slouch. I'm going to take the Tide, -6.5. Last but not least, big game. All I've been hearing all weekend, hook 'em horns, hook 'em horns. I hate Texas. I grew up in Arkansas. Their arch rival was Texas, although Texas' arch rival wasn't Arkansas. But that's another story for another day. So anytime I say here, hook 'em horns, who cares about the horns? Who cares about them? Well, I don't care about them, and I don't think they're ready to go to Georgia and beat Georgia. Georgia is a 6.5-point favorite at home. It's going to be a close game. That 6.5, that hook worries me. But I'm going to take the Bulldogs. Okay? So let me recap. Louisville, -1.5. Texas A&M, -17.5. Navy, +10.5. Alabama, -6.5. And Georgia, -6.5. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll do the pros. You're listening to Dynamic Power Picks. Holiday Rush. And remember, bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah, at ribrub.com. Okay, so we got college out of the way. Now let's talk about the pros. I'll be honest, I didn't do too well in the pros last week. I just didn't. I don't know what happened to me. I started believing in teams that I, like the Panthers, that I probably shouldn't have been believing in. So, have I learned my lesson? We'll see. Let's take a look. Washington versus Miami. Jaden Daniels is not playing. I don't know what Miami is playing for, but they are playing at home. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel for the Miami Dolphins? But you know what? I may be a fool and I may regret it. But I'm going to take the Dolphins minus the 2.5. Kind of scary. One of the big games, Tampa Bay goes to Buffalo. Now, one advantage Buffalo could have is it's snowing. Not that I know of. Can Tampa Bay, warm weather team, travel to cold Buffalo and beat Buffalo? I'm not sold on Buffalo. I'm certainly not sold on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is beat up. They're injured. Buffalo can't stop a nose. Their defense can't stop a nose run. I don't know, but you know what? I want to take Baker, but their defense is so beat up. The team is so injured. I'm going to take Buffalo. This is a big number. Minus 5.5. I'm thinking it's really going to be like 3. But I'm gonna take the 5.5 and Buffalo, because Buffalo want to try to prove a point. All right, because they got beat by Miami last week and it was terrible. It was terrible. All right, Baltimore travels to Cleveland. What the hell is going on in Cleveland? I don't know. You don't know, and certainly the coaching staff and the team in Cleveland don't know what the hell's going on in Cleveland. Baltimore. See, this is what I've been telling y'all. Baltimore can still come back and win this division. Who's going to start in Cleveland? Is it going to be Shadir? Well, we know there's something going on with Shadir. They don't like Shadir. Okay. Gabriel, you know, I will say Roman Gabriel. That shows you how old I am. So, but to make a long story short, Baltimore is a 7.5 point favorite over Cleveland. I'm taking Baltimore. Okay. Watch it end up being a 3-point game. I'm just saying. I'm taking Baltimore. All right, Kansas City travels to Denver. I believe you all have been getting to see what we've been saying, at least what I've been saying about Bo Nix from day one. That Bo Nix is not a very good quarterback. They are running a scheme that helps him play better, but he is not a very good quarterback. And they don't throw the ball down the field that much either. But they've got a fantastic defense. They're going against Kansas City, who are still trying to make a run to say, hey, we still can't sit over here. Y'all better put some respect on my name. Some respect. Can Kansas City go into Denver and beat Denver with a putrid offense and a stellar defense? You know what? I ain't ready to count out Patrick Mahomes yet. Not yet. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs minus the 3.5. Okay? Last but not least, Detroit goes to Philly. The late night game Sunday night. Everybody talk about Detroit. Everybody know Dan Campbell calling the play. This, that, nobody's putting any respect on Philadelphia's name. Every week it's a soap opera. It's some drama. Nobody wants to give Jalen Hurts any credit. He's not even being mentioned in the MVP. Huh? Wait a minute. I'm a little confused. The reigning Super Bowl champion quarterback who has his team at 8-2 ain't even being mentioned in the MVP talk. And everything else y'all talking about. Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. Every week it's a soap opera. But this team just simply finds a way to win. And am I ready to say that Detroit just because Dan Campbell's calling plays is gonna go into Philadelphia and beat Philly. I ain't ready to say that as of yet. So you know what I'm gonna do because I ain't ready to say that? I'm taking Philly minus the 2.5. How about them apples? Now, let's recap. Miami minus 2.5, Buffalo minus 5.5, Baltimore minus 7.5, Kansas City minus 3.5, and Philly minus 2.5. Those are the dynamic power picks. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll recap college and pro, and we'll be out of here.
Barbecue season is here, and you're still using that 99-cent goop full of chemical derivatives and high fructose corn syrup for your sauce? Stop, please. Get to ribrub.com now and save your next cookout with an array of all-natural rubs and sauces. Start with the Dynamic Rib Dust for seasoning and the Dynamic Rib Rub for flavor, and top off your grilled or smoked masterpiece with Dynamic Rib Juice. Don't forget the Dynamic Pepper Juice for just the right kick for those chicken wings. One other thing, you've got to try the delectably delicious Dynamic Rib Nuts. Can't decide? Order a Dynamic gift box and satisfy all of your cravings. Come on, give me your hand and let me take you to barbecue land at ribrub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com, and we'll show you how to bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah.
Welcome back to Dynamic Power Picks. I hope you enjoyed the picks from last week. Of course, as I said, we are 9 games above 500. We are currently sitting at 57-48. Okay, so that's not bad for the year. That's not bad. You throw a little change in there, then you got a little change in your pocket. You can take your little girl out, maybe buy her a snow cone or maybe some ice cream. Do women even go to get ice cream anymore? It's always like, I need to go eat some steak. Well, if you stick with my picks, you'll be able to take her to get some steak. So let's recap for the picks for this week. In college, we're taking Louisville over Clemson, minus 1.5. We're taking Texas A&M over South Carolina, minus 17.5. We're taking Navy to cover plus 10.5. Okay? In other words, South Florida's got to beat them by 10.5. Y'all don't know that, but that's what that means. Oklahoma goes to Alabama. I'm taking Alabama minus a 6.5. And the late game, which ought to be a pretty good game, Texas versus Georgia. Georgia's a 6.5 point favorite. I'm scared of that number. I think that's going to be a 3-point game, but I'm going to go ahead and take the 6.5. That's college. In the pros, we're taking Miami host Washington. Miami has a 2.5 point favorite. We're taking Miami. Buffalo hosts Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, we're going to take Buffalo with the 5.5. Baltimore travels to Cleveland. We don't know yet what's going on with Cleveland. By the way, Baltimore, y'all can't lose this game. If you plan to get in the playoffs, y'all can't lose this game. Baltimore 7.5. I'm taking that. Kansas City travels to Denver. I'm not sold on Denver. I haven't been sold on Denver. I will not be sold on Denver at least this year. Fact of the matter is, I'm a Raider fan. I hate Denver. In fact, I hate Kansas City. In fact, I hate San Diego. Oh, calm down. I'm sorry. I was about to go there. I'm taking Kansas City minus 3.5. Last but not least, last game of the day, Detroit travels to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a 2.5 point favorite. I'm taking Philadelphia. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, get your games posted. If you beat me, I will give you a Coleman's Dynamic gift box. Those, if you listen to the commercials, that little box with all them goodies in it, you'll get one of those for free. I'm going to ship it to you. You'll enjoy it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you have a problem with gambling, make sure you get some help. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. As I've told you before, I don't bet on my own. I have fun. This is just fun for me. All right? We got to get out of here. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you next week. Peace. Hey friends, David W. Coleman here for Coleman's Dynamic Products and ribrub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com. It's where you will find the best dry marinade for baking, grilling, and smoking your favorite meats and vegetables. We're gearing up for a very busy season, so I want you to make sure you take advantage of the great sale we've got going on right now. It's the Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box. It comes in 3 great flavors: hot and spicy, original, or scorching, or a 4th combination box. What is a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box? Well, I'm glad you asked. You get 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Rub, 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Nuts, a bag of Coleman's Dynamic Fry Dust, and of course, you get a bottle of rib juice, pepper juice, and rib dust. You can't beat that. Order a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box today and get a digital copy of the Coleman's Dynamic Recipe Book. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to place that order for Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box before the holiday rush. And remember, bake it, grill it, smoke it, oh yeah, at ribrub.com.